Hello everyone, do you have a dog that bites or growls or resource guards any toys or bones? Are you struggling? Have you listened and watched lots of videos and nothing is working? Today's video is all about how to stop resource guarding, and it actually works, so let's get going. Okay guys, you are watching this video because you are probably having a resource guarding issue, and this video today is going to show you how to stop that. Okay everyone, before we jump into the video, let me tell you about the background work that has been done with these dogs, because if you have not done this background work, you could be setting yourself up for failure. So this video is going to show a handful of dogs, I believe 2 or 3 dogs, and they already live in a household where we crate, where they have assigned feeding times, where we have structure, they already know how to walk on a leash. So we have some basic structure happening in the house and some solid relationship between me and them. If you try to enact what is happening in this video and you don't crate your dogs, you free feed your dogs, when you say no, your dogs don't listen, then you're going to need some basic work done before you attempt this. So message us, comment, let me know, and I'm happy to help you. The video you're going to see today is with dogs who already have basic structure. I generally will not correct resource guarding until the dogs learn what is expected of them in the house and they are starting to build a healthy relationship with their owners. So this is a warning that if you have not done this, please don't try this in the video, but this video will still be helpful so you can see how resource guarding is actually stopped. I'm also going to let you know up front that there are corrections in this video, and you will never stop resource guarding unless you correct your dog. The internet will tell you, distract them, give them something better. That is just nonsense. That is called managing the behavior, and you will manage the behavior forever unless you put a natural inhibition into the dog's brain so they can start thinking and they can make better choices whether you are there or not. So a lot of this advice of distracting, giving them something of higher value, making it positive, that is called managing behavior, and that will never make your dog 100% safe. Corrections will make your dog 100% safe whether you are there or not. So let's get going. Right close to me by my feet is Odo. He is this grayish poodle, and he has the resource guarding tendencies. So I have Odo with a high value item like a bully stick. And you'll see me here in a second call my other dog close to me. Okay, so Odo is just enjoying the scenery here. I called Kaylar up to me. The reason I called her up to me is because I want to make Odo uncomfortable. I want to stress him out, and I know Kaylar is safe because I know my dogs. Okay, so right there you see Odo look at Kaylar. So far, his facial expression is a little bit soft, but he is looking at her to determine, do I need to defend my bully stick or not? Okay, so
Kaylar, come here.
Call Kaylar. Watch when Kaylar looks at Odo, watch his soft facial expression for a second turn very tense. Right, there we go. It was very quick, but Odo was like, this is my bully stick. That was not an appropriate look.
Come here, Kaylar. Oh, you Odo.
My husband just called Kaylar over to him, and Odo got up and went. This is not normal, benign behavior. Odo wants my husband's attention. So Odo doesn't just resource guard bully sticks, he does it with attention as well. So we put Odo back on his bully stick. We're gonna have Kaylar walk by him.
Kaylar, come here.
Now Odo is bringing his bully stick up to my husband. Not only does Odo want my husband's attention, he wants his bully stick too. So Odo is kind of hoarding all of these good things.
So he needs to...
And you saw how Kaylar walked up for a second and she realized that Odo was there, so she backed away. Kaylar gave inappropriate space because Odo is doing something very rude. He's hoarding attention and the bully stick.
That, he's hiding it from Kaylar.
He's also hiding the bully stick from Kaylar.
Come here.
So I took the bully stick and I'm gonna put him back in the place. I'm gonna take him out of my husband's space and put him back on the ground.
Odo, come here.
So Odo is trying to figure out what we want because Odo wants everything. He's sitting, Odo's trying to figure out what to do here. And Kalar is just like, hey, you called me over here. Kalar's being very appropriate here. Okay, now you'll see Odo lay down. And this is because one time previously to this, we have worked on resource guarding. And so Odo has realized that, okay, I'm going to lay down. I'm going to try and offer you a new behavior because I'm feeling a little bit unsure around this high value item with Kalar nearby. Okay, and Odo sniffed the bully stick and wants the bully stick, but he's looking to us for guidance. Dogs that resource guard and have never been through any training, they will go straight for the bully stick and they won't look to their owners to ask permission. Odo, because of organically how we feed him, how we crate him, how we interact with him, Odo organically looks to us.
Good boy, Odo.
You saw Kalar, she bent down towards the bully stick for a second because she was interested in it. And then Odo put his head on the bully stick, claiming it, and Kalar backed up and gave him space. My husband called Kalar to him. And now my husband is purposely giving Kalar a high value item, which is attention, in front of Odo. Odo is interested. Let's see what he does here. So Odo's going back to his bully stick, which is fantastic. My goal with Odo is to be able to enjoy high value treats and relax, even if there's other dogs around. Okay, so Odo has just gone back to chewing on the bully stick, which is fantastic. Let me tell you about how this one previous time before this video, how we had corrected him. We had that green collar that he has on as an e-collar. When he had dirty thoughts, when he looked at Kalar, right, the whites of his eyes, he got very intense. We dialed up on the e-collar and we made it suck. And so now Odo has an internal mechanism that when he starts feeling those naughty thoughts and aggressive feelings, he checks himself. This is the second time we're working on resource guarding. Okay, so he's back to chewing on the bully stick here.
You're a pretty girl.
My husband's telling Kalar that she's a pretty girl. Okay, look at Odo. I paused it here. If you notice, Odo is unsure. So he was chewing on the bully stick, and a few things are happening here. One is a high value item is still being given, which is attention and affection. So my husband is petting Kalar, he's giving her affection, and Odo has put two and two together. He's unsure here, he hasn't quite learned this yet. So he's unsure, should he chew on his bully stick? He wants my husband's affection. So he's thinking, which is fantastic. So he's offering me a new behavior, and this laying down, putting his head down, that's a new behavior. That's a pretty neutral behavior. I'm not gonna go in and pet him and say good boy because he's in an unsure state of mind and I don't wanna reward that. So I'm just going to ignore this behavior. I'm gonna let him figure it out. So many people will say, he's scared, he's nervous, he's shut down. No, he's not. He's not scared, he's not nervous, he's shut down. He's unsure because he's never had to control himself and be responsible for his own actions. I am just going to give it patience and time and see what he does. Let's continue here. Went back to chewing on the bully stick, which was good. And Kalar is hanging out with Dad. Odo just looked up to connect with me to see what I wanted, what was going on, which was fantastic. I want my dogs when they're unsure to look to me and to connect with me. He's going back to chewing on his bully stick, which is fantastic. He's learning that, hey, I don't have to be unsure. I can relax and I can enjoy my bully stick, even if there's another dog really, really close that's getting a high value item like affection and attention. Odo is doing fantastic here, and we're just letting them be. Now, if Odo had growled, if he had stiffened, if he had given me any of these signs towards Kalar, right, that this was his bully stick, I would have dialed up on the remote and I would have made it suck. I wouldn't have enjoyed it, he wouldn't have enjoyed it. I want Odo to be trustworthy, whether I'm there or not, and I want him to be trustworthy around other dogs, even with high value items. Okay, so he's doing fantastic here.
Kalar, come here.
So I called Kaylar over to me. Right here, I've paused it where Odo is eyeballing her. This eyeball where I've paused it is not healthy. This is not a good look. I eventually want Odo to just be able to just chew his stick and ignore what's going on around him. So Odo's still in his brain. He's still mentally defending his stick. And I called Kaylar to me because I wanted Kaylar to put some spatial pressure on him. Okay, even though that look wasn't good, once Kaylar moved past, he went back to his bully stick. So this is just the second time, so I'll take it where Odo has a dirty thought and then makes a good choice. But I want you guys to realize that that dirty thought was not appropriate.
Kaylar, come here.
Okay, and Kaylar left, and I'm gonna call her back again.
Kaylar, come here.
Okay, here comes Kaylar. Okay, so Odo is having another unhealthy thought. I don't like this. I don't want him staring every dog down that comes by his toy or his bully stick. This is inappropriate behavior and it's very aggressive thoughts. I don't like this.
Come here. Kaylar, come here.
So now I'm putting even more pressure on Odo because I know my dogs. I know this is not going to turn into a full-on fight. With your dogs, if you haven't had this structure, this training beforehand, don't try this because it will turn into a full-on dog fight. I want to put him under this pressure and I either want to reward him or correct him. So let's see what happens here.
Kaylar, come here.
I believe I'm going to take Odo's bully stick and give it to Kaylar.
Nope. Kaylar, come here.
I don't know if you noticed, but Odo had worrisome thoughts towards me right there. And Odo right there, he just looked away for a second, which is really good. He disengaged.
Kaylar, come here.
And I'm encouraging Kaylar to put her mouth on the bully stick. I really want to put some high pressure on Odo here.
Kaylar, come here.
Kaylar jumped up on Dad's chair because Kaylar is reading Odo's signals. Odo's signals are, I'm unsure, don't touch my stuff. I am instigating Kaylar to touch his stuff.
Come here. Come over here. Kaylar, come here. Kaylar, come.
So I pushed her a little bit. I'm really just trying to put this pressure on Odo and see what he's going to do. I want to put enough pressure on him to actually make him make a choice.
Kaylar. Kaylar, come here.
Now I took Odo's bully stick.
Kaylar.
I took it away from him.
Come here.
And I'm trying to give it to Kaylar. If you're wondering why Kaylar isn't taking it, it's because Odo's energy and looks are making her uncomfortable. She's appropriately reading his signals. I am pushing this interaction between them. And I took the bully stick away from Odo because that bully stick is mine. My bully stick, not his. And I want Odo to realize that everything in the household is mine. It is not his.
Kaylar, come here.
There we go. So Kaylar took it, and if you realize, Odo is actually being very polite. His face is softer. He did glance at it for a second, but then he glanced away. Let's see if he continues this. So he licked his lips right there. That means he is stressed out. But Odo is choosing avoidance with his head versus growling or hard staring or a tense posture. So Odo is actually doing really well here. And now I let Kaylar completely take it away from him.
Good boy, Odo.
Good boy. Hold on. Stay.
And you hear us say, good boy, Odo, because Odo reacted appropriately and his face was soft and he did really good. So we said, good boy.
Okay, Kaylar. Out.
So if you'll notice right there, I told Kaylar out and she dropped it. This is the out command. This is the first thing we teach with resource guarding dogs. We teach a command called the out command, which is whatever you have, not just physically drop it, but mentally disengage. Don't stand over it, don't hover over it, don't stare at it. I want you completely disengaged. And now I'm giving it back to Odo. And what I'm doing here is I am solidifying that this bully stick is mine and I can make either dog drop it. I have the power to make either dog drop it and give it to me. I am solidifying that I can make anybody I want drop the stick because I am the alpha. So that's what I'm doing here.
You go, bud.
And now I gave it back to Odo, so now it's appropriate for him to put his mouth on it.
Good girl, Kayla.
Good girl, Bear.
Cool. And now Kayla is standing there like, what the heck? Like, you just gave it to me, then you told me to drop it. So Kayla is very appropriate. She's just a little bit confused. She's like, what the heck was that? But she's acting very appropriately. She's looking to me. Her body is soft. She's panting.
Come on.
Kayla.
Come on.
Come here.
Okay. And now we're going to give Kayla some loves because we used her for this exercise. So we stressed her out a little bit. So now she's going to get some loves from Dad. And now Odo's going to get his bully stick back to chew on it. Okay. That's the end of the video, so hopefully this was helpful. I'm just going back and forth of reading the body language, what I was doing, why I was doing it. It does not take weeks or months to stop resource guarding. This is nonsense. It takes one good, solid, fair correction, and then you get a totally different dog. So Odo was not perfect, but he did start thinking and he did start making better choices, and this is the very beginning of counter conditioning. The correction was stop that naughty behavior. It's gonna suck if you do that. The video you saw today was the very beginning of counter conditioning, meaning can we get Odo comfortable around other dogs as well. So hopefully this was helpful. Don't forget to check out my other videos, and I'll see you next time.